Hi Pisces, I know it's been a month, but I'm back and I'm finally finishing our Halloween readings. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, but we're getting them. You guys are getting one. I'm going to be much more present for YouTube. I had to take some time away. One, for myself, but also I had a lot I needed to do. So I'm going to do a quick catch up. This is what I've been doing. You are free to skip on ahead to the reading. I will put that in the comments. I will timestamp. Okay. What have I been working on? I am caught up on personal readings. If you want a personal reading with me, let me know. I will be able to get you in soon. I am probably going to be booked for this week. And I have a couple emails I need to get to. I will get to you guys tomorrow morning, I promise. I just wanted to get as many orders out today as I could, you know, fulfilling orders, packing them up, getting them off to their new homes. So I will get back to everybody that I can tomorrow and get you guys booked. But yeah, I've caught up on those. I'm excited about that. New things I have in my shop. I have a whole business blessing kit, a whole home blessing kit, and a soul tie cutting ritual kit. Everything you need, detailed explanations. With each of them, you get a little card of this is a ritual, step 1, takes you all the way through, and then aftercare as well. So those are my kits. They are up. My soul tie kit comes with bath salts and 2 bath bombs. I'm coming out with a whole line of bath salts and bath bombs that will be up probably in about a week or 2. I'm a perfectionist, so I like to make sure that they are absolutely perfect, and I am very happy with them before I usually do like what I paid twice as much for this. I am so like, you guys don't understand. Would I pay more than what I am selling this for? And if the answer is yes, then I will release it. But until it is, I will absolutely pay way more than what I'm charging. I won't do it. Oh, what else do I have? One of my new oils, I'm super excited about this, is a snake charmer. Now this one is a little bit gray because it does verge into glamour magic and domination magic. So snake charmer, I created this oil to help with people that are enduring a very relentless narcissistic smear campaign. So somebody going around trying to hurt your image, turn people against you. So what this does is it returns any conflict magic, any magic they might be doing to hurt your relationships, and controlling magic too. So if they're doing like a domination spell on you, an overpowering spell where they're trying to take your life force from you and make you submit to them, this will send all that shit right back to them. It has a very powerful mix in there that helps you overpower people that are gunning for you like this. So it returns any of that energy. It helps you find your inner strength. It helps you with courage. It helps calm anxiety, which obviously, you know, that is a very anxious situation to be in. And when you're anxious, you have a hard time to find your inner strength, to keep going, to express yourself, to be seen in a positive light when somebody's been smearing you, you know, smearing your character to others. So what this does is it's my remedy for that. Sends that magic back. It gives you strength. It calms you down. It helps you to find your voice again. And it also makes you more influential to other people. And I took a long time to work on this to make sure that that could not be abused. But what it really is meant to do is that even if somebody has heard this gossip about you, what it does is it still puts you in a positive light to them, to where they would be able to hear you and see you in your truth and not immediately, you know, count you out because of this other person. Also, I have a whole line of spell keychains. I have never seen this done before. I looked into it. I haven't seen anybody else do this. If they have, you can let me know. But as far as I know, I'm the first. And, you know, you saw it here first. I came up with a line of keychains, and I have a lot more coming out. Again, I have to perfect them. I'm very, very, I have a 6th house stellium, so I have intense Virgo energy when it comes to being of service to other people, and something that I'm creating to give to people with my name on it that they have paid for is very, very important to me. So I have a line of Stop Gossip keychains. So these are basically portable spell bottles. You put them on your keys. And then you don't have to worry about, oh shit, I forgot my crystal. Where is my mojo bag? What do I need to put in this? You know, did I put oil back on it again? Like, this is just done. It's a one and done. Put it on your keys and you're protected. This returns slander, it returns evil eye energy, and it wards against people trying to maliciously attack you, because with the skull is the mind. This basically is meant to get into your enemy's head, confuse them, and deter them from talking about you. I have my crystal cauldrons. I'm so excited about these. I have a whole bunch of these. This one is the black tourmaline, but these are very customizable, and I put on my website, you know, what the different crystals are for. Cute little keychain. And this one I'm super excited about. I get asked this by clients all the time. I have this wicked person that will not stop attacking me with black magic. I am very concerned because I have small children. How do I protect my small children? It's hard to tell them that give them a crystal, give them a mojo bag, because as an adult, I have a hard time keeping up with my crystals. You know, a mojo bag is not a very convenient thing to carry around with you. It's not really a feasible thing to give a child one. So I made child protection keychains. These are the ones I have right now, but I have more coming out, more shapes. These are very customizable. I tried to make them gender fluid, not gender fluid, gender neutral. But they all contain roots that are designed to keep children safe, to protect them while they're out about in the world. And I try to make them cute and fun for them. I love this one because it has the little, like, do you see it has those stars in it? Very excited about those. So those are all very customizable. If you don't see a color that you'd like, let me know. I'm very open to custom orders. I have fun with that stuff. So I'm very excited about that. And thank you so much to everybody that has placed an order with me. Those will be coming out soon. Thank you. Okay, this incense. I am burning a large incense stick. It is burning my eyes. The amount of smoke is in here. It's fine, but if you see me like squinting, I'm not high. There's nothing wrong with my eyes right now. It's that they are physically burning. But I need this incense. This is like half of the stick. It's been burning since the Aquarius reading and a little bit before that. So it's doing its job, but you know, the smoke is it's a lot. It's a lot. Okay, let's get into your reading, Pisces. Thank you for tolerating that. My website is in the description. Book a reading with me, as well as my Venmo, PayPal if you feel called to tip me. This is how I make a living. This is my only source of income. My readings, my shop. So please don't be rude about the fact that I have ads. I keep getting people like being shitty to me. One person's like, I'm not gonna follow you. They weren't following me because when I blocked them, I didn't lose a follower. And that's what, anybody that's like, I'm gonna unfollow you, none of them are actually following me. It is an empty threat. And honestly, I don't give a shit. If you feel like I don't deserve to make money off of this free labor I am doing for you, then I don't really like your vibration and your vibe anyway. You don't really need to be consuming energy from me and benefiting from it if you don't feel like I deserve to get paid in some way. And so I have ads, yes, because I have bills that I need to pay, and I'm a creative, and anybody that has a small business that's a creative knows that some months it's up and some months it's like we're in the middle of a pandemic. You know, I have an animal that has health issues. I have I started a business by myself. I have bills, you know, I have bills. I need to pay them. Please don't be rude about that. And supporting my shop, sending me tips, booking readings with me, it helps me, you know, afford to live as a fellow human being. So thank you from the bottom of my heart. And if you don't feel like I deserve to eat and pay my bills and my dog needs food, you know, if you don't feel like we deserve to eat, you don't really need to watch a reading from me. You should probably go like work on yourself a little bit because you're not a nice person. Okay. Love. Vampire. Right under it. Right under it. So overall energy, a loving connection. This is a loving connection is coming towards you, Pisces, but this vampire, it's been haunting these videos. It's like almost every video. Almost every video has this person coming out. This person, my guide said going for the jugular. This is a vampire that is Pisces, my guides are saying I just hear the phrase going for the jugular. There's a vampire here that does not want this connection to happen. Does not want this connection to happen. And they are willing to go to very dark means to stop it. This is bad. If you know spell work, this is not good, especially when it comes to somebody. This is mind control magic. This is what I was talking about with the skulls. It's mind control, mind magic. This person is trying to cause a skull of darkness, blind spots. This person, you have a vampire here that is trying to control your thoughts. They're doing mind control magic. But your ancestors are fighting for you, Pisces. You have ancestors. So if you don't have an ancestor altar, you need to get on it because you have ancestors that are battling for you right now, because there is a I mean, I hope this doesn't resonate, but for some of you there is a very, very dark, abusive, dark triad, dark personality type that is going all out war trying to stop you. That's sad too. You're really going to go to try to cause somebody to have mental health, disturbances. You're going to try to basically hurt somebody, cause depression, cause them to, my guides say that this person might even be trying to cause like a psychosis at this point. They are losing their fucking shit, basically, because they do not want you to get into a relationship, Pisces. They do not want to see you be with somebody that is good for you. This is an ex-partner for sure. This is somebody that it's like you getting into a healthy relationship feels like life or death to them for some reason. For some of you, this is like somebody that wanted to have children with you, and they don't want you to have children with somebody else because it's the love and legacy of our DNA. This might be somebody that like you already have kids with this person, or this is somebody that wanted to have children with you. Not for a good reason though. It's like they know legacy. This person, this is a really creepy, weird energy, Pisces. They wanted to have children with you because of your legacy. There is something special about you, maybe your genetics. There's something about like your genetics or like who you are or who you're supposed to be, because people that do dark work like this person is very, very into the occult dark shit. Like, I'm getting like animal sacrifices. This person is going all out, does not care what they have to do to stop you from moving into a relationship with somebody else. This could be like your destined partner that you're meant to have children with. Doesn't necessarily have to be, but for a lot of you, there's an energy where you are meant to, you have a destiny to have a child. You have a destiny to have a child that's going to be a very special child here. And there's a legacy that you have as well. And this person does not want to see you move on and be with somebody else and, be in a healthy relationship, have kids. It's weird. It's like this person has a demonic possession, a dark demonic possession, because this person is literally like, they would rather, they would rather see you dead than see you. And I don't want to say that and scare anybody, because I don't get that that's what is going to happen. But with this imagery I'm getting, It's like this person has tried to, because with the skull behind the moth as well, I get this person like wishes you dead. They might have even done like a death ritual on you. They would rather see you expire than be in a healthy relationship and have children. And it has to do with your legacy. This person has hate for you. They do not want to see you thrive in life. And they do not want to see you leave the legacy you're meant to leave. And again, this can be like somebody that, you know, an ex that you were with this person. They were trying to force the relationship. It was a karmic relationship. It fell apart. Maybe you already have kids together, because I do feel like children comes into play here somehow. Either you have a child together, or they wanted to have a child with you, but you didn't. They felt like having... this is weird energy. This is creepy energy. It's like this person wanted to have a child with you because they wanted to be tied to you in some way because of your legacy. It's like they know that you're destined to do something really big. They know that, you know, maybe you have money, maybe you're coming into money one day, maybe you're just somebody that you're like building an empire. This person feels entitled to a piece of that empire. They wanted to have a child with you, basically to bind themselves to you. And the thought of you being with another person, having a healthy relationship with another person, moving on and having a family of your own, they would rather see you dead. And again, I don't get that you have to fear, because I do not speak Spanish. I'm not good with it. I studied French. I'm not good with accents at all. Lady de los Mortes. I know I'm butchering it. I'm sorry. I'm aware. Acceptance and equality. This person feels like you should submit to them. They wanted you to submit to them, but this is a weird energy, guys. This person is creepy as hell. This is like some type of like weird shit where like this is like some type of like sci-fi shit where like this person wanted to have like, this happens though. I touched on this a little bit, but I was like, this happens, and then I skirted away. I was just stirring the pot that day. I felt scandalous. I think that the professional high priestess Daisy, I used to watch her channel a lot. I haven't in a while. I just haven't been really watching other readers in a while. I've been in hermit mode, doing my own thing, obviously. But she's touched on this before, discussed it. She really goes deep detail into a lot of this occult stuff. She grew up around it, so she talks about it a lot. She's a really great reader to watch if you resonate more with this stuff and you want to learn more. She's good at it. She's touched on this about, this is dark, guys, and this is, I don't mean to scare you, so if this is something that's causing you anxiety, I would just click off, but this is dark. There are some dark people that will get pregnant. She's talked about this. Karmic people that are into the occult, they do sacrifices. Some occultists will do sacrifices, you know, and they'll sacrifice animals. But this is gonna, you have to, I am very pro-choice, and this is not, I'm not saying that all women do this, but I'm saying some women do. The act of an abortion can be a sacrifice in a way. So this is like somebody dark intentionally getting pregnant by somebody that they know is divine and having an abortion after an abortion after an abortion. And there are some people that do this. And some of them aren't even conscious of what they're doing, but some of them are. Some of them just get entity attachments that are demonic, and they act, you know, they're kind of like brain dead, and they don't know what's going on, and they do stuff like this, you know, just out of, they're just reckless with their body. But it is a form of sacrifice, not for everybody, not for everybody. But this is a way that people do it. It is. It's a way. It's very dark, obviously. But if I am belonging to a dark coven and we're wanting to do a human sacrifice for a spell, what is a legal way I could do a human sacrifice? It's real. It's sad. But it's almost like that type of energy here. It's fucked up and weird. But the lady de los Mortes, is that, I know, it's not right. I know it. It reminds me of the saint, the Mexican saint. You know what I'm talking about? She's like the Lady of Death. She's a saint in Mexican culture. She's not officially recognized as a saint, but she's a guide for a lot of people. I've worked with her before. She's not one of my guides, but she'll work with me every once in a while. She used me once. No, just kidding. She came to me once and told me she wanted to work with me, and I was like, I don't have any Mexican heritage, but sure, I'd love to work with you. We worked together for a day. I had the reading the next day. The client was Mexican, and it was her guide. And basically, she came to me so that I would mention it to my client the next day. And then after that, she said, I didn't really want to work with you. She fooled me. Have you guys ever had like a guide? It's funny when you like, especially when you're raised in like church, you're kind of taught that like, you know, like angels, God, they're always very honest. They're always very transparent. They're always forgiving. No, no, because they understand that you are a human and that you have these human impulses to try to control things, to try to meddle in things, to try to understand things that you're not meant to understand or that you don't need to understand yet. And if you're the type of person that, you have an inquisitive mind, your guides will straight up lie to you sometimes. They will, to get you to do stuff. Like, I'm the type of person that, like, if I knew a connection with somebody wasn't going to go anywhere, I wouldn't really want to invest in that person to begin with, because why? I really do like to just be single, and I like to do my own thing, and I'm really happy within myself. So why would I want to get attached to a person just for it to not work out? So my guides are not honest with me about if this is going to work out, when it's going to work out, how long. You know, if I knew that connecting with somebody, I would like connect with them, but it would be kind of a situationship for like a year. No, thank you. I'd rather just be single. So they will straight up lie to me. They will lie to me to mislead me, to get me to do what they want, because it's part of my soul contract. Anyways, I don't know why we got off on that tangent. But this is what this card gives me, is her energy. And she is a very, very protective guide. But she works, she's obviously, you know, the Lady of Death. She works with the other side. She works with ancestors. There's a strong energy of death here, Pisces. There's a strong energy of death. So, but it's also, it's weird because it's like it's split energy. You know, divine love is at the bottom of the deck, followed by this crazy ass person. The light after the darkness here is followed by the death card, ancestors, and then this card that I hate in this deck. That's not what the card means in the deck, but as a reader, you get to know what the intention of the card is, and then you form a relationship with the cards on your own, and that's how you read, that's how you connect. That's how readers have different different cards they associate with different things. You know, some are like well known, but some are like it's your personal relationship, especially when it comes to an oracle. That's what you should do. As a reader, you want a basic understanding of this is what this card means. And then you have the ability to look at a card and see the imagery and connect with that card energetically and form your own meaning and connect it into the storyline. Most Pisces are very intuitive. So somebody is trying to learn how to read and they're being too technical with it. You gotta just connect with what feeling am I getting from that card? Connect with it. If you get a random voice coming into your head telling you something, like what I said, I was hearing going for the jugular. That's a guide giving me a specific phrase that they want me to say. You get better at it as you trust yourself. It's a relationship you build with your higher self, relationship you build with your guides. It is just like a relationship you would build with a person. You get to know them, you spend time with them, you listen to them. That's how you build your intuition. Like with this guide, for instance, the Lady of Death. She came to me, she deceived me. I got to know a little bit about her. I did the reading for somebody and I knew enough about the guide to explain her, give her the information, and then I was used and tossed to the side. Like, I'm just kidding. She still works with me. She's not one of my like team, but she comes in and out. And that's how guides are too. You have your patron guides, you have your like team that sticks with you. You will resonate with different ones at different times. Some will like come through more. And then you have certain guides that will come in and help you with something specific during specific times because you've worked with them in past lives. You have a special connection to that guide, or they just take a liking to you, which, you know, that's what I like to believe. It's just, I'm just, you know, I really, shut up. That's Cernunnos. He's one that a lot of people, and I get it, a lot of people are like, you shouldn't curse if you're a spiritual person. And I get that, you know, obviously cursing, you should not curse. I get that. But some guides are a little bit, some guides I work with that are like very much like, I do not want you cursing. And until you stop cursing, I'm not going to work with you. I do have one guide that is iffy about working with me because he feels like I'm too vulgar. We beef sometimes. Anyways, it's not relevant. Cernunnos is the one that curses and is crude and funny though. I haven't really like been talking about my guides in particular in a while, so there's a reason Cernunnos is coming through. He's one that comes through a lot. A lot of my guides kind of like to work with me but don't want me to mention them, or they prefer to kind of be in the background. But I think Cernunnos out of all of them is the one that's like talks to me directly and wants me to talk about him. So whoever is watching this and you feel connected to him in any way, you should look him up. He's a masculine energy. He is a Celtic. So if you have, you know, kind of like a ancestry in that area. Anyways. She's coming out, the Lady of Death. I can't. Sometimes she like blocks me from saying her name because obviously I know it. I've studied her, but in readings I always like, I'm like, ugh. One, I don't speak Spanish, but also it's because she wants somebody to Google her. It's better if you Google, because then, you know, the information she wants you to get on her, you'll get it, rather than me just saying her name and telling you about her. A lot of you will, not a lot of you, but a lot of people will take my word for it. And, you know, sometimes it's better to do your own research, because then you can find what is meant for you. Anyways, she is coming through in this. So she is very, very protective. She comes to me in times where I need protection. This is somebody, this vampire that is going against you, Pisces, it's an energy where this person is literally like has a death wish for you. And I hope this resonates with nobody, but I just have to read the energy as it comes out. I'm the messenger. Somebody here is doing death work on you. They want you dead, and it's because of the legacy. So either this is like an ex that this person had plans to like have a kid with you, and you weren't meant to have a child with this person, but they're upset over it. And it's not because they wanted to be with you, they wanted a child with you. It's because they wanted your legacy. It is about your legacy is this person's problem. So they do not want you to have a destined partner. They do not want you especially to have children with that destined partner. Over their dead body, over your dead body is how this person feels. They want you dead. They would literally, you are with me or you are not on this earth. This is how this person feels. If it's not, this is like an ex-person. It is, again, it's the legacy. This person does not want you to pass on. It's like they want you single. They want you childless. They don't want you to have any sort of legacy to pass on. It comes down to your legacy. So like this is energy, like let's say you have money, for instance. If you have a child, you can pass that money, you can pass that, company on to that child. This person has it like in their head that like if you don't have a child, if you don't get married, they'll get a piece of your company or something. It's like that sort of like, like they might be next in kin. It's a weird ass creepy energy. But I get here that with her coming out, as well as the ancestors, I get your ancestors are protecting you because your legacy is very important. You are breaking ties, generational ties, and you are meant to kind of leave your mark. So not only is your life very valuable, you are meant to have, for some of you, you are really meant to have children with a divine partner, and this person is literally acting as a demonic entity right now. And that's what happens as well is when you do dark work, you attract dark spirits. Most dark work you're doing, you're summoning dark spirits. You are going to dark spirits and trying to make deals with them. But even if you're not doing that intentionally, that is what is happening. That is how spells work. If you're doing something dark, darkness is going to come. The problem with that is that what you put out, what you send out comes back to you. So it's like the more this person tries to cause mental health problems for you, the more they're causing them for themselves. And this person has blown open their crown chakra. They have blown open their crown chakra with magic. Look, blown it open to where it's like there's a revolving door. It's not a situation where, they have entity attachments and those entities are directing them. Those entities are coming in and out of this person's psyche. It's dark. It's dark. This person is like, they're lost. They're very lost. But the light after darkness here, regardless, your ancestors, I'm telling you, it's like there's a loving card and then there's a dark card. There's a positive card, and then this is not a dark card, but this is what this, because I'm not, usually I look at the moth, but I am focused on this. There's a light, positive card, and then there's a dark card. It's like this person tries to meet your light with darkness every time. It's like anytime you have light, darkness, For some of you, your guides want you to forgive them. Somebody feels upset with God, feels upset with their guides for allowing this abusive situation to happen to them. You've been through something really dark and you're mad at God, and that's normal. That's really normal in the grieving process as well. When my mom has told me this, when we lost our grandmother, It was kind of sudden. I don't want to get into it, but it was malpractice. She died because the hospital that she was at was negligent and in a major way, and it cost her life. She went from being fairly healthy to like deteriorating very fast. And she died much younger than she should have. And we definitely had grounds to sue at the time, but we did not have the resources, and my mom could not emotionally go through that. And she didn't feel like, you know, much would come out of it anyway. It was just, you know, she was hurt. And she talked about that a lot. She went through years where she was very, very Christian and had a very strong relationship with God before that. But after my grandmother passed, she told me she was angry with God. And she said that she couldn't even talk to God. And when she did, she was yelling at God. And that's how she felt for a long time. That was her grace. And I feel emotional, so that is the case. Somebody is lost. You've experienced a loss. Possibly like a loved one, probably, you know. But she's coming out. Somebody might have Hispanic Mexican heritage. And she, you know, I'm getting chills. Somebody does. The Lady of Death. She's a saint. Is it Saint? You know, just Google it. Google it. Your guides want you to forgive them. The higher power wants you to forgive them for taking you to this darkness. They want forgiveness here because you had to find your inner wildness to learn this lesson that would bring in this turn in fate for you. Because some of you might have been heading down a dark path. You might have been heading down kind of a dark path, and something had to kind of hit you so that you could awaken. And that's for somebody specific. Your guides want you to forgive them, that they weren't able to stop this loss. These have been such deep readings. There is light coming after this darkness here. There has been some sort of, for some of you, you've literally dealt with death in your life. Death of an ancestor, possibly losing a parent. But it's the love and legacy of our DNA. So they're not, you know, they've passed on from this world, but they're not gone. I've talked about this a couple times, but somebody said this. I think that I might have read this somewhere. I heard this somewhere, and I wish I could tell you where. I have no idea. This was years ago. But it is something that brought me a lot of peace with losing my grandma. Sometimes we lose people that are important to us from Earth because they know this next part of our lives we're going to use some extra protection. Don't cry. Don't make me cry. Please don't. I hate crying on camera. That helped me find peace in that situation because I know how much she loved me, and I know she would have done anything for me. Like my grandmother would have killed for me. She would have absolutely killed for me. I know she would have. She was that type. She loved me very fiercely. So I know that, you know, whatever I go through now, I know no matter what, I'm protected by her. And I know that anybody tries to harm me, she is going to make their life absolute hell. If you are struggling with the loss of an ancestor altar is so healing. It's so healing, because I can go there and I talk to my grandma and I swear I can hear her. I, you know, can make her favorite foods. I get her favorite candies. I give her the specific coffee that she likes. I put our pictures, well, not our pictures, her pictures. Don't put living people on an ancestral altar. Put only people that have passed. And I didn't know this, but I saw this a few weeks ago, and I wish I could remember the source. It wasn't somebody, if I follow them and I know of them, I will tell you guys, but this isn't somebody that I follow on Instagram. It just popped up. It was, another, I think she's a medium. She works with people, you know, she works with spirits, she posted something. It was like a long, several, like, you know, slides, but one of them said something about not putting somebody on an altar until they had passed away for a year, and that they had been taught that because the transition from living to the other side is kind of traumatic, and a person kind of has to a soul has to kind of cope with that transformation. Well, transformation, but they kind of have to cope with that transition. So it's best to you don't want somebody to pass and immediately you're trying to pull them back into the physical. Like, allow them to go on the other side and settle on the other side before you start trying to pull them back in. So that's something I'd never heard before, but I really liked that concept and it resonated with me, that if somebody had passed, to give them at least a year before you put them on an altar and start trying to pull them back towards you. But I highly recommend an ancestor altar, because I do get your ancestors are playing, obviously, the ancestor card coming out. And the ancestor card is right in the middle of these two cards. The love and legacy, that is something that has resonated with me a lot, is I feel that my own healing journey, obviously, like codependency, obviously catering to narcissistic individuals, is something I learned. You know, that is something that was kind of forced upon me throughout my childhood, and that made me vulnerable. And part of me can get upset about it. I was just talking to my mom about this the other day, and I cried because I was angry, and it's something that I feel like I'm not allowed to express, the anger, you know, because I love my dog is in the other room, and she just did a little, like, cute little leg move. I love my family a lot, you know, the ones that I did not have to excommunicate because they're narcissists. I love my family a lot, but it's also like it's hard when you really love somebody to cope with, I'm angry at you and you hurt me still, you know? You were supposed to protect me and you didn't protect me. You actually made me vulnerable. You put me in harm's way. And that's a really hard thing to cope with. And, you know, when it comes to your ancestors, this is something that was passed down, you know, this codependency, this allowing abusers into our homes, making excuses for abusers, telling me as a child that, well, that person is sick and you need to, you know, you have to forgive them, and they're not going to apologize and they're not going to acknowledge that they abused you. You just have to forgive them and be the bigger person because they're sick, you know, and that's very, very harmful. That is very, very harmful, especially when a person is abusing you. It's one thing that, you know, if somebody has a genuine illness, let's say that somebody has depression and sometimes they have to cancel plans because they're in a depression, you know, state. You might have hurt my feelings because you didn't attend my birthday, but you were depressed, you know. So that's a situation where I can forgive you for that and understand that you do have an illness that you're dealing with. You know, you have an illness and you can't, you know, a lot of people have hidden illnesses, hidden disabilities that make it hard for them to show up every day, and it can make it hard for them to be there for other people, especially when it's affecting their mental state. That's a situation where I can recognize that you're sick, and I can't hold that against you, that your illness is affecting your ability to show up for me. That's very different from this person is full on abusing you, and I'm not taking any steps to protect you. I'm not even taking any steps to tell you that what they did is wrong. I'm telling you that you as a child have to forgive this grown-ass adult for being abusive and for hurting you over and over and over, and never apologizing, never acknowledging, and continuing to not only abuse you, but step up the abuse. You know, as you get older, they get more abusive. That's not something that I should have been taught, you know, but that's something that I was taught. And I could be angry at my grandma about that because, you know, that existed on both sides of my family. Not as bad with my grandma because I told you my grandma was the type of woman that once you crossed a line with her, you crossed a damn line, and she had her shotgun. She knew where it was, and she was not afraid to use it. But I could still be mad at her, you know? I could be mad at her about it, and that could hurt my relationship with her, even though she's passed. But I have found personally, it's like the more I heal myself, the more I'm able to see my parents as individual people that had their own wounds and had their own traumas, you know, severe traumas that they never had the grace and they never had the space to work through on their own. And that's not a reason for me to, you know, it's okay for me to be angry, but it's not a reason for me to write them off as people because, you know, they failed me. I can acknowledge that they failed me in some ways, but they're still good people, and it's hard to do that with somebody that you love. I don't know. I feel like these have been like serious therapy. Like, you know, I don't know if you've ever been to therapy. I've been on both sides of it. I was a counselor for a while. Sometimes you have sessions where I was a counselor for a while. I've also like gone to therapy a couple times in my life. On both sides of it, there's some sessions that are just like, we're just here, we're talking about like a TV show, you know, where we're talking about something random. Then there's some sessions that is just like, you go in and it's like, give me the tissues, please. So that's how like these readings have been. I don't know what it is about this deck. I told you it's only like 36 cards, but it's really, and I don't know if it's just me personally connecting to them, but I do like them. Outside of the guidebook, the way that I connect with these cards, I think that they're deep. Anyways, I have found personally, as the more that I heal, it's like the more I feel forgiveness and closer to my ancestors, but also the more that I recognize that some people do not belong in my life ever, and I have lost complete attachment towards them. I don't love them. I don't care about them. And it's not one of those things that I have to love you because I'm blood related to you. No, I don't feel anything for you. Don't have to love you. Why would I have to love you? Why would I ever love you? We never had a loving connection. You never were a kind person to me ever. You traumatized me every chance you got. You made me feel shitty every chance you got. And then you quite literally stole from me. So why would I give a flying fuck about you, you know? And that's a part of it too, is that like, this is a deep family read, guys. There are some people that you can look past the fact that they have trauma and they have illness. And I think really the difference is like the intention behind that person. And I had a candle burn again. It just went wild when I said that. The intention is very important. Was their intention, were they intending the best, or was their intentions malicious? That's the difference. And also the difference is, are they willing to heal, or are they making excuses to continue to cause harm to others? And that's the distinction for me, is that if your intentions, the way that you behave towards me, the way that you hurt me, was it malicious in nature? Did you intend for it to be malicious towards me? And if the answer is yes, go fuck yourself. I don't have love for you at all. I don't have any sort of sympathy for you at all. But again, there are people in my life that have hurt me, but their intention was not to hurt me. They did not have intention to cause harm to me. It was, you know, part of, you know, it was an unfortunate side effect of whatever situation. You know, they had something else going on. They were dealing with other stuff, and unfortunately, they were not able to give me whatever I deserved. You know, and I can still say that as well. Is I don't know what the hell. This has been. Where the hell, I feel like I was doing this with Aquarius too. It was like a very like, I'm just getting random. I hope you guys are like getting what you need out of this reading, because these notions are coming out of nowhere. Let's move on. We've said what we needed to say. Let's see what Tarot has to say. This has been a long enough reading. We're already at 50 minutes. Pisces. I feel like I'm glad I'm at the end because I feel like I have ran an emotional marathon. Yeah. You have a new beginning here. Somebody was coming in and out of your life. Could have been somebody with Sagittarius in their chart. Somebody was coming in and out of your life, and it was a passionate thing here. This person wants to heal things with you. This person wants to reignite what was left. You're gonna get what you wish. There's a connection coming. I'm telling you. You have a divine relationship that is here. It is in your space. Somebody might have Gemini in their chart. And it doesn't matter. This person, this energy vampire can do as many potions, as many candles, as much witchcraft as they want to do. This is your destiny. And I'm telling you, the more they keep up this, you have some riders on the other side that are going to make their life a living hell if they don't stop. It's like, this is not even hitting you, Pisces. I'm telling you, that's why I didn't want you to be scared, because they're not going to kill you. They're gonna... My guide said, sooner you than me. No, your calling, your destiny is too big. And you're not the type of person that would wish death on another person. So the fact that this person is not only wishing death on you, they are actively trying to make death happen for you. They're gonna call it upon themselves. I'm not predicting death, but I'm saying spirit will stop you one way or the other. And if that means putting you in a state to where you cannot do any more magic, I don't have the ability to predict that for you, you know. Does that mean that you have a complete loss of finances? Does that mean that you're incarcerated? Does that mean that you are, you know, paralyzed? I cannot say, and I don't wish that on anybody, but I'm saying you cannot go around trying to manifest death for another person out of, I don't want to see this person happy and have children. That's fucking crazy. To even think that you have that sort of power is fucking crazy, and you belong in somewhere, you know, you deserve to be incarcerated. People like you shouldn't be out and about in the world wishing death, and not only wishing it, but going to extreme measures to do rituals to try to kill another individual because you're jealous that they have a legacy that doesn't involve you. Are you batshit fucking crazy? You must be. I see it here. I see it here. The amount of magic that this person has done, I'm telling you, cracked open. They've blown open their crown chakra. This person is experiencing psychosis. You, Pisces, there is a new beginning coming here. I want to see. This is going to be over an hour again. Why is the Emperor here? Yeah. Death of the rat. Death of the person trying to spoil what is meant to be yours, because you are the one with the crown. You are the one that is divine. Look. The light after darkness. Look at the cards that came out. The light after darkness. What was done in the shadows is going to be eliminated. This person that was going all out warfare, trying to control you. This is dark, but my guide said they're going to hang. I am not predicting death. I'm saying they are going to be publicly exposed for what they have done. They are going to be out in the cold, publicly exposed for what they have done. Yep. What they have been doing is about to be exposed in a major way, in a very major way. Because what I said, Spirit will stop you one way or the other. And it doesn't matter. You're not in charge. You don't get to decide when somebody lives or dies. And that's the thing about a lot of people fear guides that are shadow guides, that are guides that deal with death. A lot of people won't work with them. A lot of people fear them. And, you know, typically the only people that will try to call upon them are the ones doing this type of bullshit. Because they think that, oh, this is a deity of death. I can call on them and pick and choose who dies. No. You don't have that sort of power. And the thing is like the guide, the deity, they can flip it on you. They can flip it on you. You don't get to control a deity. Especially one that does not want to work with you. You don't get to just decide. I'm telling you, she called to me, and then when she was done with me, she said, I'm not working with you anymore. I'm not actually one of your guides. Bye. What was I going to do? No. You're going to work with me? That's not how it works. That's not how it works. You don't call on a guide and give them your commands, give them your desires, and they get to work for you, giving you exactly what you want. You better be fucking careful, because some of you are getting wrapped up in stuff that is not going to end well for you. You cannot keep calling death on a person and expect your life to come up roses. Somebody is moving out. The 6 of Swords is moving away in the night to calmer waters. The 5 of Swords is a narcissistic, win at all costs. Somebody is moving away from a narcissistic individual that wanted to win at all costs. I win, I get what I want, or I'm going to try to put a hit out on you, basically, a spiritual hit out on you. That's not fate here. No, that's not what's meant to be. You're moving into smoother waters because it is fated. For some of you, this is if you are feminine, for some of you, this is a masculine from your past, possibly an ex, that has mental health problems. The Swords is mental. King of Swords can be a masculine that has like a dark triad personality. Mental health problems. See? This person has done so much fucking work trying to cause you mental health problems. They're batshit fucking nutty. I'm not trying. I obviously, like I just said, I have mental health issues. I have been a counselor. I have been a, client. This person has blown open their crown chakra doing so much occult work. It doesn't matter because you still have your person. You don't get to alter fate. You don't get to alter fate here. Oh my God. People, like this is, you are going too far, I'm telling you, your ancestors are about to expose this person. They are about to expose this person publicly. What did I tell you about the 5 of Swords? This person's a boogeyman. This person is the boogeyman. This person is the villain. They've been trying to play it off like they're not. They're about to be exposed as the villain, and you're moving on to something new. I'm telling you, this person thought that they were because the graveyard imagery, this person thought that they were going to be victorious, thought that they were going to put you in an early grave. I'm not kidding. This is the energy. If this is not, I pray to God this is nobody's energy, but this is, somebody has been doing death magic on you, and those of you that resonate will know. But you are actually the one that's going to have victory because you're walking away. This person has been trying to control you. I'm telling you, they wanted to control you. They wanted to get in your head, control your mind. And when they couldn't control you, because that's the thing about the Emperor. The Emperor is the divine masculine in a positive light. In a negative light, this is a win at all costs. You will do as I say. I have control. I have final say over everybody. This is a out of control masculine energy, and there are plenty of karmic women that are masculines. There are plenty of women that are masculines, but a lot of karmic women are actually toxic masculines. A lot of them. This is somebody that had a, I get what I want. I don't care what I have to do to get it. I will go to extreme lengths to get it. I get what I want. Now this person is full of fucking anxiety because of the Fool card. You're free. All that they try to do to you is falling back on them, Pisces, and you're free. What a hell of a ride. Yeah. I'm telling you, they're wanting to come back in, do more magic. And that's the thing about these people. It's like when the magic starts to return to them, they don't get that I should stop doing this magic. They think, let me find another spell that's more powerful. I can still get ahead of it. This person is trying to rush back in, doing more magic. It's going to start to burden the hell out of them. Because there's going to be justice. There's going to be justice for what they've done here. There is. There is. Look at this. They're about to watch you get this love offer anyway. They can't stop the love offer. You're also getting an offer when it comes to work as well. For those of you that with legacy, you have been trying to build a legacy. You know, you've been trying to build something like a small business, a job. You're about to like blow up with it. The High Priestess is Pisces. You are getting love. Your legacy is here. And this person is going to have to sit and watch it. And the thing is with the High Priestess, they knew the whole time. This person has done some sort of like a lot of tarot on you to figure out like what you had going on. And that's, for some of you, that's why they wanted to bind themselves to you with a child, or they wanted to block you from having children, from having a relationship, because this divine relationship is an important part of your legacy, is an important part of your journey. They wanted to block it. Too bad. The more that they try to cause harm to you, the more it's going to fall back on them. And not only is it like physical harm, I'm telling you, this person is going to start getting really sick if they don't stop trying to do death magic on people. They're going to start getting very sick. I'm getting health issues too. This person already is experiencing mental health issues. They're already experiencing anxiety attack, panic attacks. They're having trouble sleeping because of the darkness they've been putting out. They're seeing shadows. They're about to start getting like physically really, really sick because it's the energy of you are going to stop this. Like I said, if you do not stop it, we are going to find a way to stop you. And if that means making you so sick to where you can't afford spell work, or you can't afford to physically get out of your bed and do a spell, they'll stop you. You cannot go around doing death magic on people. You cannot. You cannot. There is no situation ever where doing death magic on a person is justified. Ever. Ever. That is wild. That is wild that you would ever think that you were justified in doing that to stop another person from having a relationship and children. You are really willing to go all out and have somebody's blood on your hands. That shows what type of demon you are, and you don't deserve to be out here healthy, doing well for yourself, living amongst people. You deserve to be incarcerated, honestly. You don't need to have resources if that's the type of person you are. That's dangerous. A person like that with resources is dangerous. So Spirit's going to strip them from you. Your health, your mental health, your financial health, and your relationships. You're about to be completely exposed for the person that you have been. And it's going to get worse. The more that you continue, the more that you buckle down and try to, you know, I'm just going to find a better practitioner. I'm just going to, like, you know, find a more powerful spell. I'm just going to call on a darker deity. It's going to get worse and worse for you, because you do not have the power to change fate here. You do not have a legacy like this person that you are attacking. You do not have a calling on your life like this person you are attacking, obviously, because you couldn't handle it, the type of person that you are. So I told you, my guides say, sooner you than them. They will expire you before they're going to expire this person. So, you know, that's your choice. If you continue doing magic to kill a person, what do you think is going to happen to you? I don't know, Pisces. This is one of those readings that I hope that resonated for no one, but if it did, work with your ancestors, forgive your guides. Somebody is having a hard time getting past a loss. I feel it's a loved one. You've lost a loved one, and you're having a hard time connecting with, you know, God. You're having a hard time, you know, accepting a spiritual path because you're angry. And it's okay to be angry, but again, like I said, dealing with family, recognizing, was their intent to maliciously harm you, or was their intent to do something that they thought was for the best, and it, you know, accidentally caused harm towards you? And if it was an accident, if it's something that they did not intend to do, and it's something that they want to work on with you, it might be worth, you know, trying to repair that relationship, not only your interpersonal lives, but also, you know, with your higher power. So that was a wild ride, guys. That was definitely a finale to the Halloween series for sure. Pisces once again comes in with the drama. Love you guys a lot. I will be more present. Thank you for being patient. Thank you for sticking it out during my times of needing to pull back and, you know, deal with my life outside of YouTube. So thank you for seeing my humanness and excusing it. So love you all. I'll see you again soon. Bye.